ladybug just bit me on the thigh. Well, it is now Thursday. No, it's not. It's Wednesday. Yeah, because I watched Dancing with the Stars last night. Quick update, the contractor is actually on his way. I got brackets ordered this morning. My daddy is ordering everything else because that is literally his profession. That's what he does. I just got my new wedding ring. It's not real. It's like a, I don't know. This was highly recommended. It's modern gems. Okay, so I ordered a 7, so that looks like it's gonna be 7. Ordered 2 bands, one for date nights and one just for like every day because it was a lot smaller. This isn't sponsored in any way, so I'm very curious. Oh, that looks pretty. Look at that. Let's see. This band for date night. This little band for every day. I'm gonna have to return all of these. He's here, he's about to start working here, so now we've got to get everything that's in here out here. And I'm thinking that I'm just gonna put all of our pantry food downstairs in the kitchen basement. Maybe. Basement kitchen. Hey! I found your old shoe. I found your old shoe. Your old shoe. Oh.
Again.
Come on. Start when you see Antonio trying to get through, you get out of his way, okay?
Catch some.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, Mom.
This is the before, just for documentation reasons. Ha ha.
This is the fastest way to do it.
No, it's not. Picking stuff up and carrying it. You start carrying this stuff. It's, I think, Thursday now. Yeah. This is what the contractor has done. We got the flooring completely ripped out. He's patched up the walls, taken the shelves out. He started building the bases for the cabinets. And then he's drawn everything out of here because we're gonna have to do something very specific because there's a water hookup right there and we can't find a plumber to come out here to fix it. Yay! So basically what's gonna happen is right here and all the way across to the other side of the room, that's gonna be standard cabinet height. But right here, so we can easily access these water hookups when we need to, we're gonna have to raise this portion of the counter to 40 inches high. But it's not gonna be as bad as it sounds, I think. I don't know. I'm excited to see it all come together. But I think about right here, there's gonna be a cut down. You see where he did all of his markings right there? And you know, I'll just probably like prop some stuff up. It'll be cute because there's gonna be shelves that go across right here anyway, so it'll kind of distract from the whole idea of there being a white elevated counter right there. Anyways, and then the washer and the dryer, those are both gonna get pushed back to the wall. And then on this side, there's gonna be a really long, tall cabinet so I can mount all of my mops, brooms, all of the things. And this is where we are at now. We finally got everything for the most part cleared off. I just mopped the floors in here, and then right there in that box is my new sink. I have wanted a new sink in this farmhouse for I can't even tell you how long because number one, I don't like that sink. Number two, that sink leaks. So we would have had to replace it anyways. The plumber who did come, that he just didn't have enough time to work on those hookups because he spent majority of the day fixing this sink and 2 of our bathtubs because both of those were broken. He said that this faucet right here already leaks out. It would just be better if we replaced it in total because there's no point in fixing a cheap one like that. Plus the knob things, little like clicker things, those are broken and they get jammed all the time because they're disgusting. Listen, I don't even know what day it is, but I want to give you a small little update because I just painted the cabinets. We got them in the mail. Painted those. No primer. And I lit a million flames in my house at the same time. Anyways. Yeah, so I called my dad because I was saying, can I borrow your paint sprayer? And he said, yeah. You know, what are you going to use it for? And I told him, I said, well, it's these things that are just bothering me. I'll show you what I was talking about in a minute, but I just can't. They're so hard to paint. There's so much extra work to paint it. But, and he said, yeah, but, you know, you need to make sure, are they primed? And I said, yeah, just would. And he said, Sophie, you need to make sure they're primed. Okay, well, long story short, nothing was primed. And I painted it all, minus one cabinet. But I did not paint these yet first. Let me turn this around to show you. This is where we are currently at, the progress. So that back there is going to be where my laundry bins go. And then we had to build this weird stand-up thing. He got the built-in bottom cabinets done. He was going to do the doors. He cut out the doors, but we had a miscommunication the way that I wanted the doors to be. So now we've got to redo the doors. I think I've got to buy more plywood to have the doors be built in down there because they're supposed to be overlapping. I did buy the hinges. I've got to spray paint those hinges because your girl bought ugly silver ones. And nothing against silver hinges. It's just everything else in this room is going to be brass or gold finishes and not like fancy gold. It's going to be worn gold. I want it all to look very vintage. And so just my brain really stopped working there. So silver hinges, they're not going to match anything. But anyways, this is where the top cabinets, there's going to be 3 of them that are going to go back here. On this wall, there's going to be 3 shelves. They're not going to be floating shelves. I'll show you the bracket things that I got, which is what I was talking about. That's a pain in the butt. And then over here, the shelves are going to continue up to where that mud is right there. And the whole room is going to be wallpaper. Right here, this whole empty spot all the way down to the ground, that is going to be a very long, tall cabinet that I cannot paint because it's so heavy. The FedEx guys had to order a whole forklift and bring it to the house. Oh, did I even show you that Yeah, so this is the Christmas decor. Just updates all around. Tree's done. That is how the fireplace ended up turning out. We've got the Noel sign up there. You saw that. I added a bow to the horse. I hung up some more decor over here. That little joy sign. And then I also got Gideon's Christmas baby picture right there. And then I got this hung up, the tree up there set up, but it's kind of hard to see it right now. But this bead fell. So we've got to fix her. There's not really much Christmas stuff over here, but I got all of this finished up as well. And then a couple other little Christmas touches, but I'm still not fully done decorating for Christmas. I'm going to put that on hold. The rest of the stuff is all right there for now. I'm hoping to catch a pause break with all this renovation stuff by tomorrow afternoon. So tomorrow afternoon, I can get the rest of the Christmas decor done. So let me show you the cabinets and the paint color that we ended up going with, which this is really cool. I've been asked 100 million times, what color is your kitchen cabinets? All the way back there. Okay. She's a beautiful color and it looks very worn, very farmhousey. Well, here's the problem. So I took it to my local hardware store and, you know, I live in a small town, so everybody's extremely helpful there and they also know what they're talking about. Well, I asked Chuck, what color is this? Because at the very top of our pantry, before we started taking everything down, doing the renovations, I found an old paint sample up there. And we ended up, me and my contractor, we held it up to the kitchen cabinets. It was the same color of the base. Well, Chuck said that they took they put that base color, they painted the cabinets, and then they must have taken a clear gloss paint and poured, I can't remember if he said wood stain or brown paint, but they poured some kind of shade of brown into that gloss and they mixed it to where it was almost like a brown glaze that they put over the kitchen cabinets. And then they painted over the color with that gloss that they made. And so I asked him, is there a way to match that? And he said, if you give it a million tries, because we know the base paint color, but we don't know what shade of brown they chose. Not only that, but we also don't know how many coats of that glaze they did, because he said that they could have gone over it 1 time, 6 times, 12 times, 20 times. You really don't know. But this is like an up close of it. Hold on. So you can see how they did a glaze over it, and the entire kitchen looks like this. Look, you can see it right there too. They took a paintbrush and they just glazed over it. But that's okay because I got the wallpaper in. Oh, let me show you the wallpaper. She's so cute. Okay. Might be hard to show up on camera, but this is the wallpaper that's going around the entire room. And then I'm gonna do flooring. We're gonna paint the tile because we ripped up all of this gray hardwood that I don't like it. It's not my taste. This is the cabinet color. Let me give you an up close, hold on. See how I'm like Gus right now? Okay. All right. Ow! Son of a biscuit! That ladybug just bit me on the thigh. Oh my God, they're all over me. Yeah! All right. This is the color. It's a beautiful, I guess like blue-green-ish. I don't know. It appears more green in the pan. But I went with this color because I wanted it to complement my kitchen cabinets, and whenever I saw that they left the base color for us, that's when I thought, oh, okay, that's the color that we're going with, no questions asked, and I'll just work around that for every other color because I wanted the pantry to complement the kitchen the most, you know, since they're side by side. I don't want them to be completely clashing. These are the shelving brackets. She's so cute. Anyways, that's the update. I'll update whenever I have more. You know what's so funny? I started a vlog, got carried away painting and everything, and then look, we finished it. And I just didn't film the rest because I've been painting and painting and painting. But listen, let me give you the tour of everything. Isn't it so cute? I have a lot to break down in this video, so bear with me. We're about to break it on. Ready? Also, don't you dare. Ew, what is that? Don't you dare comment on my appearance, okay? We can't all look cute all the time. All right. So this is the wallpaper up close. Beautiful, beautiful print. And then this is how those cabinets ended up turning out, which, is it even, like, I don't know. I see the similarities. I obviously see the base coat a little bit, but they must have layered so much brown because, and here it's so wild. The paint looks a little bit more green versus outside it looked a little bit more blue. So I've never had a paint color mess with my head as much as this one has as far as lighting goes. I know that all paint looks different in different lighting, but anyway, so this is fun. This is butcher block right here. Fun fact, I thought that butcher block was actually going to be out of the budget. And then my aunt, if you are in Alabama, you need to take a road trip if you have a renovation, but really if you're looking for anything for your house, that's not like decor and stuff, but as far as renovations, furniture, mirrors, you know, some stuff like that, there's this place called Southeastern Salvage, I think it was called. It's at the old Golden Flake factory, you know, in downtown Birmingham. And look, we got all this butcher block. We're crazy affordable. My aunt is actually the one who I learned it from because she did butcher block. And I called my mama. We were talking about it. Mama was like, don't you forget to go to that place now. Anyway, so look. We got the tall cabinet. She ended up turning out to be a beaut. And then the wallpaper all around. I love it. So look, this is so funny. So my contractor said, oh, the electrical panel's right there. You know, I'm just going to wallpaper around it. And I said, no, you're not. We're not going to have nothing great on these walls when it's nothing but like, I don't know, flowers and vines. And I don't even know what that thing is. And I told him, just put the wallpaper on the thing. And he said, no. And I said, Antonio, you can do anything. You can do all things because it gives you strength. Look what Antonio did. He did a grand old job. Like I mean, obviously you can see the screws and you can see the handle, but I mean, come on. That versus what would be an entire gray panel, you can't beat that. Anyways, this was his first time. His first time ever putting up wallpaper. I got a lazy eye right now. Let me pick that thing up. So anyways, I painted these as well. I painted everything in here, which I got the paint sprayer. I did the whole nine. I ended up going to whenever this vlog left off as, I got the paint sprayer from Home Depot because I just had lost it. Sprayed everything down. Felt great about it. I ought to figure out that this little sliver right here. Didn't even realize that that's going to be exposed. So now I have to paint it again. But that's okay because I have other touch-ups that I need to make. This is how the little brackets turned out, which I think were super, super cute. And then that's how that little elevated countertop did. This right here is what I'm going to have laundry carts in. So they're going to be like rolling carts that I can pull out or whatever. And then hide away whenever guests comes. Because, you know, I'm a mom of 5. And not always am I going to pristine my entire house and do all my laundry before guests comes over. I'm just going to shove it somewhere that they can't see it. And hope and pray they don't open it. So I'm not exposed. Anyways. He had to custom build all these down here. But thankfully, I already had these on hand. Because I was going to replace all those in there. But I didn't. These were from Amazon. Pretty much almost everything in here's from Amazon. Yeah. I got 2 things. I got 2 shelves down there. And no, I'm not going to worry about what's, you know, underneath there, what the cabinets look like. And then we've got double storage up here. Yeah. And washer and dryer are going to go right there. The only thing left is this flooring. We also were going to buy flooring from those people. I got paint because I thought about painting the tile. And then whenever I put pieces together and my brain started thinking again, I thought, that's stupid. No, ma'am. I'm not going to do that. And I'm not going to make Antonio do that neither. So then I was going to buy peel and stick. I have been calling it peel and stick. I've been calling it stick and... No. What have I been calling it? Pick and steal. For days. And it didn't dawn on me. I think I need to take a nap. We went to Southeastern Salvage. They did not have the flooring there. They had it advertised like they were there. And I said, oh, let's go. That I want. It's going to match this cheapo butcher block. That's very, very, very nice condition now. And I will say, the other side of this butcher block is not the same color as the top. So thank God that like all of these pieces match. Because that's the only thing. You got to be careful. Okay? That's the reason why it's a little salvage yard. Anyways. Long story short, the flooring wasn't in stock, but I hope you like my new pantry, because I sure do, and I guess it more so matters to me because I paid for it. Anyways, yeah. Let me know if you like it in the comments below, or what you have done different. Oh yeah, one last thing. This light fixture right here. She's the old one. The new one is currently over there. Hold on, let me show it to you. My husband refuses to hang it up even though he's the electrician in this relationship. You see kind of like the baby blue finish-ish. I'm not pulling all that out. Anyways, let me know if you like it. I'm going to bed. Hope you liked the long yap vlog. And if you're still here and you listen to me yap this whole time, well, I consider you a friend now. Good night.